Deadpool in X-Men Origins Wolverine has one of the most interesting redesigns in a superhero film. Instead of his comic book look, we instead receive a very unorthodox redesign. This look for Deadpool is of course very different and weird. Deadpool here has many black marks across his body. His mouth is sewn shut and black diamonds appear around his eyes, mimicking his iconic mask, and he's given many new powers that weren't present in the comics. Despite how weird this redesign is, it took a long time to get to this final look. So when Studio ADI were first hired to design Deadpool for the film, they were given instructions on how he should look overall. This was meant to be an early prototype version of Deadpool, one that was meant to evolve into the true character in a future film. Due to this, Studio ADI needed to pay homage to Deadpool's comic look and lay the seeds for his eventual evolution. One of the ways Studio ADI tried to accomplish this was through the use of a medical apparatus that echoed Deadpool's iconic mask. As you can see, they experimented with many ways to sort of mimic Deadpool's look. According to Alec from Studio ADI, this mask was meant to slowly fix Deadpool's face until it once again resembled Ryan Reynolds. Now this mask was a very interesting way to pay homage to Deadpool's original look while still trying to look like a very early prototype of the character. And some of these designs even heighten his disfigured face to horror movie-like levels. However, Fox and Marvel would reject this approach to Deadpool's look as they wanted something more natural like makeup or prosthetics. Some of these concepts really embraced this prosthetic look to a whole new level. Since Deadpool was supposed to be some kind of killing machine, it seemed like the artists embraced something a lot more monstrous and inhuman. Deadpool here looks like a hairless ballsack with eyes. Many of the features you've come to associate with a human is null and void, as if acid had removed all signs of Ryan Reynolds' original appearance, giving off the vibe of a human embryo. With his Home Alone style haircut and his frog-like eyes, making him look like an average resident from Ohio. These concepts don't even represent the strangest I've come across. This concept once again embraces the humanoid nutsack look like the previous pieces of artwork, but this one manages to look even more strange. There seems to be hair sticking out all over his face, and his blackened eyes only help to enhance the fear factor of his appearance. This weird monster-esque approach to Deadpool is once again present in multiple pieces of concept art, and each handle the look very differently, such as this one, which gives Deadpool albino skin with glowing blue eyes, as if he was sans, and this concept, which gives Deadpool large bulging black eyes and seemingly translucent skin that glows in the light. Eventually, the artist decided that a monstrous appearance was not the way to go, and instead opted to embrace something a lot more human and toned down the prosthetics by quite a significant amount. Even with a more toned down design, the artist still tried to figure out how to pay homage to Deadpool's original look. This was achieved through the addition of a red mask, which tried to pay homage to Deadpool's original mask in different ways. This was achieved through a faint black outline around the eyes that mimicked the diamond shape on Deadpool's mask. Other ways to pay homage to Deadpool's mask was through something a lot more biological. It seemed like Deadpool's face could somehow glow red, or his skin rapidly changed color, allowing for a black diamond shape around his eyes. Other concepts approached this design very differently, and instead of his skin glowing, the skin around his eyes are peeled outwards, exposing a metallic exoskeleton that once viewed from afar once again mimics the black diamonds on Deadpool's mask. Now in the final film, they did end up going for this biological approach to Deadpool's mask. However, it's a lot more tame and not as grotesque. Now we've come to the final stage of Deadpool's design. No mask, but instead we see Deadpool laid bare. However, the artist still tried to find ways to have the character look unique. One way was through the alteration of Deadpool's skin tone to either be a lot more reddish or closer to green. The addition of bandages on the body that cover his arms and head, and even the addition of medical equipment still attached to his body, or a breathing apparatus on his mouth. Other pieces of concept art play around with the black markings on Deadpool's body as they twist and bend into different designs. There were other pieces of concept art, but these just have tiny variations of Deadpool's arm blades. The final look we have in the film is a culmination of dozens of designs that went through rigorous alterations. While many people find the look awful, we have to keep two things in mind. One, Studio ADI really had no input in how the character would look overall, as they were forced to follow a blueprint given to them by Marvel and Fox. Two is that this was meant to be an early prototype of the character that may have evolved into the final look in a future film. What's interesting is that the concept art for the X-Men game is a lot more accurate to Deadpool's comic appearance.